I am no fan of the American Silver Eagle design as shown on this coin. I'm going to explain why I don't like it and also what should be on the reverse of the American Silver Eagle as we explore. For most of you familiar with my channel, you know that is the case, that I'm not a big fan of this design, the new design for the American Silver Eagle. But let's take a step back when the program first started. You know, I wasn't the biggest fan of the original design either. This is it, the Heraldic Eagle. However, we've grown to get used to this design, and it's not bad. It was designed by John Mercanti, a name that you're going to hear several times in this video. Let's take a look at this coin. This is it here, and as you can see, it has elements of good coin design. It is a nice centered eagle there, a heraldic eagle. It has all the emblems that are recognized in the Great Seal of the United States, as first shown so dramatically on the $50 here. Now, this eagle's been shown in various different forms throughout the history of American coinage, but in reality, it's the $50 here where it came very profound. This Great Seal is part of the Presidential Seal of the United States of America, and this particular design here is the $50, and that eagle is still represented today in the seal of the United States. But nonetheless, I think this gives a little bit more of a bold representation of the eagle, much more detailed in all of the different aspects, from the shield to the feathers, and very wonderfully done. However, I just don't think that this design completely complements the obverse, and that's the problem with the American bullion program. Why is that? Because here's the obverse recognized here as emblazoned on this coin from the original $50, and here is the $50. The Walking Liberty $50 that served as the inspiration for the design of the American Eagle bullion program. In fact, we also see that with the gold as well, with the St. Gaudens design, but a completely different reverse, which wasn't horrible, but I actually like that reverse even less than I do the original American Silver Eagle reverse. But the thing is those reverses were designed by people of different generations. And it was a different style, and it did not complement. The American Eagle design did not complement the obverse, which is a classic. Although this design does. It is the Walking Liberty, and in a sense, sort of a walking eagle here too. A standing eagle here, look perched and emboldened, and it really fills up the design. And it completely complements the obverse, as the eagle is standing on ground there, with a branch there in hand. And here we see Lady Liberty standing and walking on ground with the sun behind her there. Great coin design, and yet it just fills up the space because the same designer, and not only did he create a good coin design with great composition, but it completely complements the other side. That is missing in coin design today in every aspect here at the United States, and that's a travesty. That is an absolute travesty that is the case. But nonetheless, this is a great design. In reality, they should have chosen this design. However, knowing that they're not going to do that, and there's only one other option, and that is to find a new design. And of course, enough time has passed on that they went from this design, which again is not bad, but it does not complement the obverse, and they went with this design. Now, this design was not chosen by one person. The actual engraver did a good job, and the designer did a good job of designing this. As far as a nature view of an eagle coming in for landing, it's anatomically correct, even though this feather here almost looks like a part of it is missing, but that's just the angle. But it looks like more of a stick with like a bat wing than it does an actual wing from a bird. But anatomically and perspectively, it's probably correct. And I'm not a big fan of the clipped wing design either. I kind of like to see an eagle in all of its glory, the full, every aspect of the bird. And you can see there's nothing around, there's nothing that shows you where that branch is going. Presumably it's going to a nest, but even though it's anatomically correct and the design is good, there's a lot of detail in it, it has a view that the America, in a sense, is coming in for a landing. Like our best days are behind us. And because the eagle is kind of looking down, almost in a defeated appearance, even though that's not the intent, it can be interpreted as such. And again, this design by no means complements the obverse in any way, shape, or form. This exudes prosperity and positivity and Lady Liberty striding forward towards the west, presumably here. As she is walking, seeing the expansion towards a new day as the country expanded west to new horizons with the sun in the background there. And neither side of these coins, whether it be the old design or the new design, exudes any example to complement the other side. And again, another example of a coin where, as such, you see is with the consistency between the obverse and reverse is the American buffalo, the gold buffalo. Well, when they came up with this program, you can see there that it is indeed representative of Fraser's work, including the sort of reticulated background there that gives it kind of a rough look, which was something that was not seen too often in coinage at the time, in modern coinage especially. That kind of rough look extends from the face to the fields in the background on both the obverse and reverse. Wonderfully done in how they preserve this, which is why I like the gold buffalo for that reason. It is a bit higher relief and it causes problems with thinning, but that's another story. But nonetheless, they did preserve the continuity of design and giving full respect to the artist, Fraser. I wish they would have done that with both the gold and silver eagles. So what better way to capture that, I think, than to find a coin that actually would represent a good eagle on the reverse. Now, this is not it, but this is also designed by John Mercanti. This is not an American eagle, folks. This is a much mightier bird, believe it or not. This is the wedge-tailed eagle design. And Mercanti did a great job showing this because this eagle is indeed coming in for a landing as well. However, you can see the talons out. It is not an eagle that is in defeat by any stretch. You know, this is coming in to take its prey. And that is the difference. A very strong and bold representation of this eagle. But of course, we can't use the wedge-tailed eagle. I think that's native to Australia. But nonetheless, there is another design we can use. But before we get to that design, let me just show you again about continuity in modern coin and metal design. It can be done and should be done today. I believe that one designer should design both sides of coins and metals and rounds, such as the case here with this one, with the great continuity between the obverse and reverse. This coin exudes liberty on both sides and the ideals of what America is about. A bold representation of liberty with a sword, Columbia with flag in hand, with the wind blowing her hair and the flag in the background, and the wonderful security features in the background that complement the coin. It may look a little bit busy, but there may have been something to improve upon that. But nonetheless, you can see the detail there in the coin. And it is evident on the reverse as well, too. And the same type of design features. A different design, but the same theme, presumably, and most arguably, one could say that was from the exact same artist. I love the look of this round. And this is an example of such a way to bring elements together like that in coin design. And much like the $50 here, we're not going to get this design back. I really wish we were. So we have to go to another country to find it. And even though this design certainly does not match the reverse of the coin I'm going to show you of this side, this, believe it or not, holds the answer as to what the silver eagle should look like. The other side will definitely not complement this side of the coin, but here it is, folks. This is the American eagle that should be on the silver eagle today. And you can see here, it exudes all of the emblematic nature of a United States coin. An eagle in flight. It almost looks like the St. Gaudens eagle, but it is different enough. And you can see the tail feathers expanded ever so widely with the sun in the background and the land of America, presumably, underneath, or some landscape there. But to me, this completely, or as best as I can see, complements the side of the American eagle with the walking liberty there. Take a look at both these sides there and tell me that this would not work. I think the only thing that I would change on this side of the coin with the eagle is to have the land all the way at the bottom, just like it is here. And obviously the year would not be there because the year is on the reverse of this, but I would have the land right down on the bottom. And I would also probably have, obviously we don't need "In God We Trust" there either, but I would have United States of America up on top there, and it could be done in such a way. But look at that. The sun on both sides of the coin, much like the St. Gaudens. I think this would be a great design to have on the American Silver Eagle. And I think that would best complement it for a modern rendition. I just wish that John Mercanti were there here at the United States Mint to bring this design forth to complement instead of this design. And look at the difference between them. You tell me which one exudes pride and strength. Which eagle better represents the ideals of what America should be? To me, the choice is abundantly clear. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Hope you found this video informative, insightful, and educational. I would like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch and to encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.